What's good, people? Welcome back to another episode of my channel. It's your boy Elijah. If you're here, welcome. This is probably one of the most important videos that I'm going to be making about cryptocurrency this year so far. Anyway, an unfortunate circumstances event has brought us to this video. As you can see in the market right now, we're currently sitting in a bleeding market. Everything has been going down. The trend has been not so great. As you can see, the market cap is sitting at 1.16 trillion, which is the lowest that we have seen since the entirety of 2021. We are put back right around January, February of 2021. So this is a very interesting video because we're going to be talking about something called the heads and shoulder pattern and how this is playing out currently in the market. As you can see right now, we hit a huge spike uptrend, and then we hit a decline, and then we had a little bounce up here, which is actually called a shoulder. I'm going to give you more information about what that is, and then followed by, rapid decline. So here, right, you can kind of see this pattern play out. Here, we saw a huge rise up, followed by a decline, and then a huge spike, which is the middle and the head that is higher than both shoulders, and then followed by another decline and a sharp increase again, like a dead cat bounce, and then followed by another decline. So I'm going to show you how that is playing out here. As you can see, we saw a huge trend up, and then followed by a sharp little decline, and then followed again by the head right here, a decline, and then we see the neck kind of play out here. It's kind of right one of these two right here, essentially, and then another sharp decline. So now the question is, how far are we going to decline, right? How far is this going to be bottoming out? Because recently I made a video in the past as well about what exit strategies you should be having in the cryptocurrency market, especially when it comes to stop losses, but also when it comes to taking profits. And I mentioned two super hard market caps that people should be paying attention to. One was the 1.8 trillion market cap, which is the support line we were essentially trying to break down here. That would lead crypto into a bull run, the 1.829. This support line right here, if it was broken, it would lead us to a bull run. But then again, the support line we had to also be aware of was the 1.4 trillion market cap, which was going to lead us into a downtrend. So currently, if this is going to load, but you can kind of see on my screen, that 1.4 right here, right around that mark, is the support line that we just broke earlier today or yesterday, that has now led us into this downtrend of the shoulder pattern that we are talking about today. Anyway, finally decided to load. So as you can see here, this right here, this support line was broken on a downtrend. So we're now at a 1.16, and this is right around 1.3. So this support line downtrend was kind of broken. So now we are kind of in a declining section. It's very clear now. It's not just a if or but. It is very clear what is going on. As also, one more thing that I wanted to bring your attention to is the on-chain metrics. So the on-chain metrics in the cryptocurrency market have also significantly slowed down. As you can see, transaction on the Bitcoin network on the monthly is lower than it was a few months ago, and has definitely slowed down. As you can see here, Ethereum is also experiencing some of the same effects, where it is now slowed down in terms of transaction on the Ethereum network. So besides those points, I wanted to let you know as well that one thing that I did was I did exit in terms of the market, 50% of my assets in there. I did exit into USD coin, and you're going to see something really interesting. USD coin now is ranked number 6 in the market. So you can kind of see a clear pattern of people exiting into USD coin and Tether, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are still holding strong as 1 and 2 in the market, and I think it's always going to stay that way. So now the important question everyone is probably asking in their head right now is, so okay, we know the cryptocurrency market has a very, very huge case of value. So when is the right time to buy? And I'm going to give you a few points in terms of what my strategy is right now. So my Bitcoin re-entry currently is based off of what I've seen in the past. So Bitcoin at negative 60% meaning when Bitcoin lost 60% of its value in the last bull run, that's when it bottomed out. So what I'm looking for right now is 60% loss from the all-time high at 4,300. And that is sitting right around 1,668. So we're pretty close to that number. So if Bitcoin or if Ethereum were to go back to the price 1,668%, I think I would re-enter 10% of the money that I took out from this crash, right? I would re-enter with 10%. I think I'm comfortable with that number. And then what I'm going to be looking for moving forward is if Bitcoin or if Ethereum is going to go 70% below the price that it was in the all-time high, which is 4,300. So that would be a price of 1,298. So I would re-enter with 25% of the assets again. And then the final piece is the 80% loss, which is something we actually saw in the past as well. And that would be a price of $834. And that would re-enter again with right around 35% of what was taken out. So in total, that would be 70% re-entry. And that's really comfortable. I think that's a good spot. You don't always want to over leverage, especially with all your cash. So if you're sitting with 30% extra cash, it puts you at a good position to always have, the cash for any other opportunities that may come up. So that's a good balance, at least for me. That's my strategy for Ethereum. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, pretty similar as well. Right around the same kind of frame, using the same kind of strategy here. So if it loses 60% of its value from its all-time high at 63,500, I would re-enter right around 40%, actually. A little bit higher because Bitcoin has a stronger fundamental. There are a lot of ETFs that are going to be coming really soon. The thing is, it would be $25,000 at a 60% loss. And like I said, I would re-enter with 40%. And also the second number would be $20,000, which is a 70% loss from its all-time high. And that would be a re-entry of 30%. And the interesting thing is the sentiments right now in the market is super, super low. But as we know, the value really hasn't changed from what we've been talking about a month, 2 months ago. And that's the interesting thing about investments. When the market is on a downtrend, that's when the greatest opportunities are always posed to people. But it's very scary to take that leap because the market is looking really bad. And this is psychology at its greatest use case, right? So we saw Bitcoin at 65,000 and people were buying Bitcoin at 65,000. But when Bitcoin is 20,000, a lot of people don't want to buy it. And this is psychology. It's really interesting because the value that doesn't necessarily change, but the sentiments around it do change. Just keep that in mind. So that is my plan going forward. I was going to make this video earlier, but had a lot going on. Anyway, just make sure you keep those numbers in mind. As far as a strategy goes, you got to make sure you always have an exit strategy in anything you're doing, in two ways: in a profit sense and also in an exit for stop loss. You don't always want to over leverage whatever you have. Anyway, it was your boy Elijah. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like on this video. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button because it always helps me make awesome content like this. Anyway, it's your boy Elijah again. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Don't speak to no one but the facts to the